How much does it cost to cut a tree down? In this video, we're going to look at the various prices for cutting down different types of trees and where you can get a bit more information on this. In general, it's a bit like asking how long is a piece of string. It does depend. It depends on a lot of factors about the tree, where it's placed in your yard, the type of tree, how difficult it is to take down. Let's look at these two trees, for example. So the one on the left is basically a big trunk with lots of little branches that can be, you'll get a climb that'll climb up the trunk, drop all the little branches, and then block down the trunk. They can be done with that tree in maybe 2 or 3 hours, probably 3 hours with a crew of 4 or 5 people. The one on the right is a bit more technical. It's overhanging a house. There's no real good high point. I guess you could use a crane, but it is still going to take you quite a bit longer. So you'll find the one on the right is going to cost more. It's the simple rule of time is money, and it just depends how long it is going to take. Now, that being said, we can look at a few prices. Now, these are some very general prices. These don't include palm trees on the right. Palm trees are generally a lot smaller. But if you could imagine just a standard sort of tree, 2 to 3 meters, $100 to $200, 3 to 6 meters. So 6 meters being about the height of a single-story house, or the roof of a single-story house. Anywhere from 200 to from a little spindly tree up to 700. Could be something with a much bigger trunk and a little bit more difficult. Maybe it's hanging over the roof a little. Maybe there's a power line, that type thing. 6 to 12 meters, you can see that the price does go up. These are fairly, you can see, broad prices, but let's see if we can narrow in a little bit. We do have pricing for specific things such as palm removal, tree pruning, tree removal, arborist cost guide. You will need to jump across to our site to view these. We do have infographics for them, and we do have very technical descriptions of exactly the height of trees, the types of palm trees, and everything you need to know about dumping fees and how to save on the cost of tree removal. So in the description you will see links to go directly to these pages to get this information. How much does it cost to remove a fallen tree? These are generally about half the price. The reason being they are already on the ground. You don't have to worry about climbing up the tree, avoiding obstacles, that type thing. It's already fallen wherever it's fallen, and all the guys need to do is come in and chop it up. That's a general rule of thumb. It can be a little more expensive, or it can be about the same price as removing a regular tree, just depending on where it's falling and how it's fallen. This one, for example, is going to be an absolute nightmare. It's all the way over a house. You'll have to get a crane in. You've got a huge root ball that's got to be disposed of. It's just going to cost probably about the same price as removing it, maybe a little bit more. It might have been easier if it was still standing and close to the street, because now you've got a lot of stuff in the backyard in this case. So it really does depend. Every tree is different. The only way you're truly going to know is to get a few companies out to have a look at the tree and to give you a firm price. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this has given you a bit of a guide into what it might cost to cut down a tree. If you want a little bit more information on how to save on tree removal and who are the best companies to contact in your local area to cut down your tree, or to get a price to cut down your tree to start with, you can find it all in the description box below. We'll have links to the site to get all that information. Thanks guys, best of luck with your tree job.